What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trades and Gains. I'm your host, Max Pitts, and we're back with another midday options flow where the flow is hot, the sarcasm is hotter, and we decode Wall Street smoke signals so you don't get burned. Today's midday options flow is absolutely wild. We're talking big money prints, strange bets, and some whales that clearly know something we don't. So let's go ahead, stop the foreplay, and dive right into this. Starting off with the big boys like we do always. Today's largest prints that made us go, okay, who knows what and what are we missing? So first things first, we saw NVDA 175 calls for September 19th, 2025 expiration. 7.28 million dropped on premiums for 16,000 contracts at a $4.55 average. We also saw a double down, not a double down necessarily, but even a bigger print for the 147 calls expiring June 27th, a weekly. That's aggressive. 11,417 contracts on a $5.40 average. Now, 6.17 in premiums, that's a classic whale move. Either they know about a GPU launch or they're just allergic to cash at this point and are willing to YOLO that money. Granted, we did call out AMD the other day, and those went 400%. It looks like those went from $39 a contract and opened up at about $1.62 per contract this morning. So congrats to everybody who was able to catch that. We also saw Apple in our flow, another weird one. We saw 750 contracts for the $200 calls that are due for the 18th of June, but in 2026. This was a sweep. Institutions are scooping long-term upside on Apple. Not only long-term upside, but a year out. Tim Cook must have whispered something spicy on Zoom that got people a little too excited. And we also saw SPY, 2 blocks on the 585p and the $600 put, each for $5 million. Well, about 4.87 million if you want to pull hairs. Some serious hedging into quarter end, or maybe someone's just a long-term bear with conviction and some trauma that they're trying to fight through. Now, here's where things get weird. We saw some weird, unusual prints today in our unusual flow. We saw SLNO, first things first, $95 call for September 19th of 2025, 2,500 contracts at a $5.90 average. 1.48 million on SLNO Therapeutics. Someone's either betting on a miracle drug or they hit buy instead of sell by accident. Now, we also had FSLR pop up again, 3,000 contracts for the 170 call expiring July 11th of 2025. 1.08 million. Solar's cooking or someone's bracing for Biden's 14th green energy stimulus package. We know we're not getting that. We also saw BILI, Billy, as I like to call it, $25 calls due for March 20th of 2026. We had 378K dropped on those bad boys. Could be a China tech rebound play or a YouTuber with diamond hands. We also saw Reddit. We saw 2,456 puts at the 130 put contract for July 3rd of 2025. A $228,000 bet out of the money near term, possibly some Reddit revenge trades going down in the DMs. So watch out for those as well. Now let's go ahead and get spicy and weird and talk about, well, one of our favorite things, the dark pools, where institutions go to make moves that hopefully no one sees in the shadows. Now let's go ahead and sort this by our total cost. Our biggest print so far in the day is VGIT. 191.55 million deployed at the $59.50 spot. Slow money is flowing into safe havens because who doesn't love bonds that yield 3% and kill your soul? SPY, we saw 77 million across 3 prints. Institutions ain't selling, but they sure are prepping for something. That is a hedge alert, folks. And finally, QQQ, we saw 56 million at the $539.89 spot. Just a casual 6-figure share buy. No biggie there, though. And let's go ahead and talk about our flow scanner to cap this all off. Now, Our most bullish of the day is NVDA. We have 77 million in overall flow with 75 million going into calls. We have AMD. No, we do not have AMD. Yeah, we do have AMD. 4.3 million with 4.3 million going straight into all calls. QQQ, we have 6.08 million with 4.69 million going into calls. And it looks like AI and tech are still the darlings and supreme to the rest of the market. Our most bearish, we had SPY, 19.09 million with 11 million going into puts. Tesla is dead even. Again, that thing can turn into a casino real quick. And then USO, entire 1.93 million into USO is in puts right now. Oil traders are hedging hard or are secretly panicking and reeling. Now, key strikes to watch. We're watching the NVIDIA 146 calls and the 165 calls. SPY, we're seeing the 585 puts and $600 puts. Tesla, the $260 puts due for December 18th of 2025. FSLR, we're seeing those 170 calls for July 11th of 2025. And BABA, we're seeing the 135 calls for September 19th of 2025. The translation, tech still rules. Bears are creeping in and Tesla's always at the party. So what's the takeaway here? Institutions are still loading up on long-dated tech calls, especially NVIDIA and Apple. SPY and QQQ are seeing puts stack up, hedging into quarter end or expecting a chop fest in that world. Weird names like SLNO and WWW are popping up. Maybe biotech's starting to get spicy again. Dark pool prints equals money moving quietly into bonds and QQQ. So watch it. Drop your best trade idea in the comments. And if you like the breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and share with your trading crew. Until next time, keep your flow clean and your entries tighter than SPY bid-ask spread. See you in the next one. Actually, I'll see you for end of day recap. Peace.